believe it or not, there's a lot of campuses that are pro-choice and don't really understand the seriousness of abortion. We're going to check out Ohio University right now.
Question.
Sure.
Do you have a daughter?
Yes, I have a daughter.
Do you have a son?
Yes, I have a son.
So if your son was in college and got a girl pregnant, you would want that girl to give birth?
Absolutely, that's my grandchild. And if she didn't want to parent that child, I would say it's my responsibility. I would feel it's my responsibility to offer to adopt that child.
What if your son was in middle school? And
They listen, you know what's crazy about these like people who are on the other side of abortion? They will continue going. They will continue going to the most rare and rare cases. Most rare, like they'll give it to you. Like it's like okay, this, okay, that. Okay, what if it was a 13-year-old? Oh, okay, what if that 13-year-old had no parents? Okay, what if the 13-year-old was an orphan? Okay, what if this? What if that? Like yo, you're talking about 0.0006% of probably lower than that. Just to prove a point that can't be proven. There's no reason you should kill a child.
got a 13-year-old girl pregnant. You would want that girl to have to go through the trauma of giving birth as a 13-year-old girl?
I would say, first of all, no one wants a 13-year-old to be pregnant. I think categorically everyone.
So she should get an abortion.
Do you think that having an abortion simply wipes it all away? That gets rid of the sexual assault? That cures the pain she endured?
How does
That's
this
just a
argument apply to
risky
the
thing.
13-year-old situation then? Since that's not a consenting adult, if like the person who is pregnant.
You can't consent if you're not. If you're a minor, you can't consent to anything.
So if you're a minor, should you be able to have an abortion without your parents' consent?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Goodbye. She just said if you're a minor, you can't consent to anything. Then the lady said, "Oh, well, if you're a minor, should you be able to have an abortion without your parents' permission?" The girl said, "Yes." Lord have mercy.
If it's going
Do
to
you have
harm
any
you
kids?
in the
I'll
future,
just-
you have your whole life ahead.
You just said you're a minor, you can't consent to anything. And I said, if you're a minor, can you consent to having an abortion? And you just said yes. Do you understand how that's a logical
13-year-old
statement?
is prepared to have a fucking child.
I agree.
So
no
if they get
13-year-old is
pregnant
prepared to
by
be a
rape, by
parent.
consent, whatever, they should be able to have an abortion as a 13-year-old.
No one is saying in the pro-life movement that a woman, a girl who is sexually assaulted, no one is saying that she should become a parent. We know it's human because it has human parents. The law of biogenesis says like begets like. Like I can't make a koala bear no matter how many times I have sex with my husband. No matter what position I'm having sex in, I can only make a human being. And we know that human being is alive because it's growing. The cells are rapidly multiplying. And what's really fascinating is that human being is self-directed. It tells itself how to develop.
Like, yes, the cells are alive, but that doesn't mean it is alive. Like, it doesn't have personhood. Does that make sense?
So okay, that is exactly what the argument. So now, when do you get personhood?
When you can viably exist outside of the womb without depending on the person whose body you're in.
But see, that's a slippery slope because when I ask people when does personhood begin, no matter what college I'm at, I always get a different answer. And throughout our history, when we separate being a human being from being a person, the results are always catastrophe. It's never good because there's a slippery slope and different people subscribe different definitions to personhood. So all premature babies should be left to die.
Not if they are wanted. This is about choice.
Not if they are wanted. So if a child's not wanted, they should be able to die. Do you hear the logic on these people?
Okay, so now, all right, so if I could just like animate this conversation, it just keeps going through. So not if they're wanted. Your value as a human, you matter regardless of whether or not your parents want you or regardless of how other people see you. Our point in the pro-life movement is that every single person, no matter what you say or what your beliefs are, that you have value and that you matter. And it's not, your value doesn't stem from your wantedness, from somebody saying that you're wanted. Because your wantedness could change, ma'am. Your mother could want you one day, then not want you the other. I need to answer her question because I think if I'm wrong about abortion and if I die, I go to heaven and God's like, you've wasted your entire life. It didn't matter. Okay, would you like me to answer the question? It didn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, Kristen. You wasted your time. What have I done with my life's work? I've inconvenienced women. If you're wrong, you've left millions of people to die because of their size,
It's a
because of their location.
Beliefs can't be right or wrong. So then
They absolutely are.
You're saying theoretically.
She said beliefs can't be right or wrong. What university is this again? There's only one truth. That's the beauty about the truth. There can be many lies. There can be many lies, but there's only one truth.
Beliefs can be right or wrong. There is a right and wrong. I think this is a regressive view. This is called a SOFR clamp. This is used in second trimester D&E abortions when we know a child can feel pain. How do they end life in a second trimester abortion? I have the quotes in my binder here from the National Abortion Federation's website, which is online. You grab a limb, you twist, and you pull. This is a regressive, antiquated view of how we treat inconvenient human beings. Do you want to know how we kill children in the third trimester, which is legal? We use this needle, like similar in amniocentesis.
If you're getting an abortion in the third trimester, there's most likely a medical reason or a legitimate reason why you need it. So why do you care?
And in this reason, an abortionist uses ultrasound guide technology to identify.
Why do you care what I'm doing with my body? Man, that's a baby's body. These people have no logical reasoning. They've been brainwashed. That's why they're just talking out of the side of their neck.
Identify the child in the womb, and they tried to get the digoxin inserted as close to the heart as possible to cause a cardiac arrest. Then she walks around for 2 days with a dead or dying child inside of her, and then she's given Lemuria seaweed sticks to ripen her uterus. And
Do y'all hear what they do to babies in the womb? Do y'all hear this? This is terrible.
she delivers a dead child. This is a regressive view. This is a regressive view to believe that this child must die in order for you to live your life as you see fit. You have a very regressive view, I'm sorry to say.
She said force women to give birth. So not letting a woman take the life of a child is forcing her to give birth.
Would you
But
get a
it doesn't
vasectomy?
mean
Would you? Would you get a
Totally
vasectomy?
different.
Would you? Would you get one?
They don't need to get vasectomies because they're hopefully not having sex with women that are going to kill the children.
I'm asking. Would you get a vasectomy?
If you're a man, just make sure the woman you're having sex with won't kill your child if she conceives. It's very
Don't have
simple.
sex with me. I'd kill all your children.
There you go.
I'd kill all of your children. How disgusting is this? And you think it's cool? Because the friends around you are agreeing with this nonsense? This is absolutely ridiculous. Sorry about that, guys. This is crazy.
Sounds like a good date. That needs to be a question on Tinder.
Okay, I know, Jesse, I'm out.
I would never touch any of you either way.
Oh, she had to get that out. Like, I would never touch any of you, by the way. You know, I just said.
Yes, because that justifies your extremist beliefs by insulting the way they look.
I never said that.
That's literally what you just said. I would never touch any of you
That's
anyway.
not what I said. I just mean the fact that they're pro-life is why I would never touch them.
Sorry, I'm gonna take a picture because my husband's like, why aren't you texting me back? I'm just gonna be like, current status. Yes, whiteboard. Listen, if the preborn human being isn't a human being, isn't alive, you don't need any justification for abortion. I literally don't give a shit. I don't care. But if the preborn human being is a member of our species and is alive, there's no justification. Oh, we can get that. We debated that earlier, but yes. But there's no justification that you can give to me that would say it's okay to kill a human being. There's no justification.
But I'm saying where you're going.
Absolutely none. Do you realize what's going on right now? You have a lot of people trying to justify taking the life of a child. Am I the only one who's just like, what? This is insane? Am I the only one?
Is saying that it's morally wrong, right? That's what you're implying, is that's morally wrong.
I say it's morally wrong to kill innocent humans, and our laws should reflect that.
And everyone here who's pro-choice is going to challenge that by saying
yes, because they don't want to acknowledge the science, because this is the reality. If you're pro-choice,
he said it's morally wrong on another basis. What are you talking about?
And I'm not attacking anyone, but if you're pro-choice, you have to deny the humanity of the preborn child in order to justify the belief that abortion is okay. Why? Because changing your mind means that you may have to reconsider some of the decisions you've made in your life, and that is very hard. That is why when I'm on a campus, I'm engaged in this discussion, my intent isn't to walk away with every single mind change, because I know I'm not going to be able to change a lot of yours minds. But my goal is to plant a seed of doubt, to plant a seed of truth, that later, when you're reevaluating some decisions you're making, you may stop and consider, wait a minute, that is true. And sometimes the truth is really hard.
I was actually going to strengthen your argument because I feel like
the foster care system and killing an unborn child. How much does the child suffer between being in the womb and being outside the womb?
So your amount of suffering you will endure determines whether or not you should be killed. That's a slippery slope, because what if someone's in a coma, can't feel anything? They're not going to feel any suffering. Can I kill them? No, because we would say that's wrong. Call me crazy, but killing innocent people is always wrong.
Abortion is determining that I can no longer have a fetus in me because of.
This is just mind blowing to me. Like at this point, it's just like, who's teaching these children? It's like, what professors are in these universities nowadays? Like, they're denying science, which is a lot of their God.
My own circumstance.
What happens in an abortion?
I must exterminate it. That's simple, period.
I must exterminate it. Simple, period. I must exterminate it. I must exterminate the baby. Simple, period. What in the world? What in the world? Like, you think to yourself, like, I cannot believe this is in some of these people's minds. Like, that's an evil thought put in simplicity. That's where we've gone. We've stooped that low where we can think that evil and make it sound like it's nothing. Wow.
That's
What's it?
the fetus.
That's the best pro-life ad I've ever seen. I must exterminate it. That's a pretty sad statement. But if you want to talk about statistics, the latest Ohio abortion statistics that were just released last week, Black women and Black men make up 12% of the population in Ohio, and they make up 40% of abortions in Ohio. That's statistics.
My thing is, what's wrong? What's wrong with that?
That doesn't mean that.
You're allowing them. I'm saying you're allowing them.
Things are sad. That doesn't mean that you can't. You hear the girl still going? Just step back. Step back.
You want to say that's okay that 40% of women who seek abortions are black when black men and women only make up 12% of abortions?
So black women can pursue a career. They're taking an operation so they can pursue a career or live their lives.
They're taking the operation so they can pursue a career. Let me translate that for you, buddy. They're killing their child so that they can pursue their career.
To enhance their wealth.
And no other way.
That's a tool. This is not.
I just gave you statistics. You just wanted statistics. I just gave them.
But it's how you perceive.
And you just acknowledged a pretty racist statement, and I'm letting you make that statement because I don't need to say anything further to that. She said I was only bringing up race at specific times. You said I wasn't bringing up statistics, so I brought up statistics and I brought up race. Bing, bing.
Abortion is a tool. Abortion is a tool that allows women, right, to pursue careers and live.
That is such a misogynistic statement, what you just said. It's a tool that allows women to pursue careers. Like, I'm not capable of being a mother without having an abortion.
No,
that's exactly what you just said. In fact, that's what the Supreme Court said in KCV Planned Parenthood. In KCV Planned Parenthood, the Supreme Court literally said women needed access to abortion in order to achieve their career goals and equal with men. That women have to have access to a special surgery that dismembers another human being in order to be equal to men. I fundamentally reject that because I can gestate, I can lactate, I can menstruate. You can't do those things, and I can still beat your ass on any SAT. Next question. Sorry, you just got my.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, guys. Pretty disturbing. Pretty disturbing what's going on in a lot of these places that are meant for education. It just doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like much education is there. Wow. I'm gonna start going out and asking these questions myself and just really talk to people and see where they stand, and try to move some mountains, move some mindsets. Amen. Plant seeds in different individuals' gardens. Anyways, there's not really much to say, you guys. That was pretty ridiculous. Yeah, let's continue showing this buffoonery and getting light out there. Amen. Love you guys. God bless.